All right, welcome back to the Founder-Led Marketing Show. In today's episode, we talk about 9 ways to repurpose your best LinkedIn post for your ads on LinkedIn, on Meta, on TikTok, for SEO purposes, for YouTube, all kinds of different ways how you can use your LinkedIn content in more places to give it longevity and improve conversions across channels. I hope you enjoy. So topic for today is how to repurpose your best LinkedIn posts for ads, YouTube, SEO, TikTok, and more. We at Project 33 repurpose our own LinkedIn posts in 9 other channels. YouTube for regular videos and shorts, that's 2 channels, website SEO, email newsletter, podcast, LinkedIn ads, Facebook or Meta ads, Instagram, and TikTok. So I'll go through each of these channels. For us, I'll give the example of how it looks like for us, why we're posting on these channels, what's the main purpose of the channel, and then how do you actually repurpose content. Okay, so let's get started. So number 1, YouTube regular. So we have a YouTube channel for Project 33 where we're also streaming this right now. Ooh, look at that. We are streaming. And so we are uploading our videos on here. And so when you go on here, you can see our videos. Now, what do we repurpose? We repurpose only our videos that I post on LinkedIn. Obviously, you need a video to post on YouTube. Now you can see that we actually made a strategic kind of change relatively recently. Here you can still see that we basically posted all of our content from like all the 3 people at our company who do videos, which is me, Jay, and Toby, our 2 directors of demand gen. And so we create a slightly different version for YouTube, right? If you've seen my LinkedIn videos, they follow the regular meme format. They're square, they have a headline, they have captions underneath. That's the kind of regular best practice for feed platforms. Now for YouTube, you know, it's the regular horizontal video. And you can see that we literally uploaded the same video, right? So they're kind of short form, 3.5 minutes, 1 minute 40, 2.5 minutes, 4.5 minutes, 2 minutes. And so you can see here that, you know, our views are not super incredible. We have like 47 views here, 8 views, 28 views. Some of them do better than others, right? But it's nothing crazy. We have 115 subscribers on our YouTube channel. Now, we recently decided to not post all of our videos. We actually still post all of our videos, but they're unlisted. So we can do a couple of other things still with them, which I'm going to go over in a second. But we're actually only uploading our long form podcasts that we do solo and with guests. So this one, for example, is a podcast that will go out on our YouTube channel. And so far, we've actually seen that we're getting consistently, slowly more and more views on our videos in the last couple of weeks. So we're currently experimenting here. Now, the purpose for us for YouTube is a bunch of different things. Number 1, content repository. It's one place where we can basically host all of our videos. It's a content library of sorts. You can search it by topic and you have them all in one place. It's also great for embedding. We'll soon go over our website SEO. And so when you include videos on your website, you need to embed them somehow. And YouTube is a great and easy way to embed a lot of videos. So having them all on YouTube allows us to embed them. And then YouTube/Google SEO so that we slowly start ranking for the type of keywords that we talk about in our videos, which for us is mainly around founder-led marketing and demand gen. And we are starting to actually rank for some of these things. Like, for example, if you Google founder-led marketing, if I'm not mistaken, we're here, but that's not a video. And then here, Google has this video sections. And the first 2 videos are both by us, one by Jay and then one by me. So that's kind of SEO, YouTube/Google SEO, because they're obviously connected. Now, our second channel, YouTube Shorts, right? So we treat this as a separate channel because it is a separate content format. It is a separate feed where these pieces of content show up. And so you can see here, these are our shorts. It's again, all of our team who do videos. So that's me, Jay, and Toby. We create a short version of every video that we produce. And so that means we take the same videos that you see here, which might be a 4-minute video, this one it should have been a short 2-minute video, 2.5 minute, and we create a second version of it, which is number 1 vertical, right? So we kind of punch in in the video edit, and then we cut it down to maximum 60 seconds. You can see an example here, right? So it's vertical, and this is taken from a longer video and kind of cut down. For some reason, I don't know, maybe someone actually can explain this. Our views have been dropping. If I go back a little bit in time, you can see here, we kind of got consistently a lot more views, 500 views, 600 views, 150, 400, 700. And recently it's been kind of dropping off to like 113 and 15. So I don't know if they made an algorithm change. It's not a super high priority for us. So that's why we haven't really dug deeply into it. But yeah, purpose here, number one, organic. Like you can see on our YouTube channel that we have 115 subscribers, which is really not a lot. But until a couple weeks or months ago, it was basically like 20 subscribers. And most of that growth has come from the shorts, because with the shorts, there's actually still organic distribution, or a lot more at least than for regular videos, because there's less competition. It's a separate feed, right? Here's your regular home feed, then there's a short feed. So supply and demand is different there. There's fewer creators creating shorts and a lot of people scrolling on the shorts feed. So it's easier to get traction there. But again, it's still experimental for us, I would say, for sure. We do believe that kind of this short form format of content is where things are heading. I mean, YouTube is not the only one. There's obviously TikTok, there's Instagram Reels, and even on LinkedIn, you can start seeing some of that. So for us, it's also a way to just start learning shorts, start learning how to produce these very, punchy, short, vertical videos, ideally with like some pop-ups and emojis and highlighted captions and all of that. So for us, it's a way to also start learning this type of edit, which is different. You, for example, need to make sure that, when you record, you're not zoomed in too much so that your head doesn't get cut off like it did here, right? All right, next one, website SEO. So we repurpose all of our content on our website. And so when I go here to our website, right, we have our regular website, and then in our menu, we have resources. And then the first link in the resources, Founder-led Marketing Insights, that's kind of our blog or insights or whatever tab different companies call it differently. And you can see here that we, again, use all of our content, and it's all embedded in here with the thumbnail. And we're actually making an update to it right now because we're redoing the website. So you'll see some updates here soon. But the point is pretty straightforward, right? You can filter here by category. You can filter here, search for specific keywords, 28 results found. And then when you click on any of these, it leads you to the subpage with a headline with the YouTube video embedded. That's why I talked about having all of the videos on YouTube, even if they might be unlisted, because then you can easily embed them on your website dynamically. It's very quick to do this. We have the copy here, which is actually the copy from the LinkedIn post. We always write our LinkedIn post as a standalone piece of content that people can only read it without having to watch the video and still get the value. So we always embed it alongside the video. And so, we are far from SEO experts. I know there's people who will, who you can go really deep on this stuff, but a couple of things that are important to us is, number one, we have a separate, URL for each piece of content that includes the keywords from the title. What can B2B learn from B2C? You can see it's here in the URL. We have the YouTube video embedded, which is great for Google. And then we also embed the copy, which includes also just naturally the keywords that we talk about, right? This is far from being SEO optimized, but it is actually driving some search results for us. If I go to our Google Search Console here in our website analytics, you can see here performance. You can see our top queries that people, Googled and ended up on our page. And obviously, our company name is by far the biggest one. But then funnel-led marketing, LinkedIn hook, 7-hour rule, hook LinkedIn, LinkedIn hook, and LinkedIn hook examples. These are all organic search terms that people put into Google, and they end up on our website because we rank on the first or second page of Google. I think for the 7-hour rule, we might actually be in position 0 now. Visible only to you. Well, yeah, we're in the first slot here. when people Google 7-hour rule, right? So we're actually starting to rank for some of them. If I go to our website analytics, that's our last 30 days. We got roughly 1,000 visitors, and you can see here 2 of the resources page, how to write a hook on LinkedIn, and the 7-hour rule, which matches exactly here the Google Search Console terms, are 2 of our resources page subpages that we're actually getting organic hits for. You can see here 52 and 42. So that's 90. So roughly 9% of our current monthly traffic is coming from organic Google SEO. But it's nice, it's automatic. We have the videos anyway. We have the link. We have the YouTube video. We have the copy written anyway because it's from the LinkedIn post. So it literally takes us 30 minutes to an hour once a month to just add all the new content in here. And then it's done. So it's basically a no effort type of thing. And you have it there. For us, the purpose, number one is actually not number one. One purpose is for sure SEO, which I just showed you. The other one is just demonstrating expertise, right? Because regardless of whether someone ends up on your homepage or website through Google, through SEO, or through LinkedIn or cold email or cold call or an ad that they saw, now that they're on our website, we have this resources page, right? And someone can go to this resources page and it creates a different type of impression, right? If you go to a company and they do sales analytics, right? And you go to their insights page and they have 200 pieces of content, videos and blog posts about sales analytics, it's a different type of authority that you demonstrate than if you don't have anything, right? So for us, it's also really important to have it on our website to demonstrate expertise. Number 4, email newsletter. So we create a monthly email newsletter that we send out to our email list. We use ActiveCampaign. I'll probably use HubSpot going forward. And basically our process is that once a month, we send an email to our list of, people who sign up to our email newsletter, and we send them the best performing piece of content of that month. So we have a kind of filtering mechanism where we post on LinkedIn, right? I post every single day, 5 times a week, 20 times a month. And then we look back every month out of these 20 pieces of content that we posted, which one was the best one, which one resonated the most. And that's the one that we put into the email newsletter. So we know that we're kind of sending something relevant and something that people are actually interested in. Here you can see an example of an email newsletter. And so it embeds the YouTube video. Again, that's another reason why we want to have all of our videos on YouTube. And for the kind of introduction of the email newsletter, we basically repurposed the copy that we wrote for that LinkedIn post. So again, this is with slight adjustments being made, but it's mostly just based on the copy of the LinkedIn post and then the video, which is, the separate version of the video that's also in the LinkedIn post. And that's the one that goes into the email newsletter. You can see here that we have a very low number of signups, but it's slowly growing, right? Kind of month over month, we kind of add more subscribers very slowly. There's 2 ways how people end up on our email newsletter. Number 1 is our website. So like most companies, in our email footer, we have like a little form here, subscribe to our email newsletter for monthly founder-led marketing insights. So we get every now and then people who sign up from that. The other one is, and we recommend customers do that too, which is that if you have a sales call and the opportunity doesn't close for whatever reason, not the right time, not the right fit, they don't end up becoming a customer, have your salesperson ask them, okay, no worries. By the way, every month we send out an email newsletter where we teach people about X, and X is the thing that you're an expert in, the prospect reached out to you for, right? If they had a sales call with you, they're probably interested in, content or, software development or whatever you do. And they probably already value your expertise because that's, again, why they reached out. 50% of the people will say, yeah, sure, add me to that email newsletter. And now you have an automatic drip campaign, basically, that sends an email to your previous leads and opportunities once a month with a piece of content that you know resonates because you got those signals from LinkedIn to stay top of mind. And so that's really the main purpose of our email newsletter. It's not a major growth vehicle for us. Again, there's people who go very deep into email newsletters and try to organically grow it. For us, it's really a way to stay top of mind with leads and opportunities with customers who were interested at some point, but then weren't anymore, in a very low effort way. Again, this takes like 30 minutes once a month because, again, you already have the content from LinkedIn. So there's really no reason to not send this out. Next one, podcast. So we have a podcast. If you go on Spotify, and it's the same thing on Apple Podcasts, it's called the Founder-Led Marketing Show. And you can see here we roughly publish 1 to 2 episodes a week. And we've been doing this now for a while. And so what do we put into these podcasts? There's 2 different types of podcasts we produce. Number one is the recording of these weekly live events that I do. The one that you're seeing right now, for example. So this recording will go on our podcast in a couple of days. The second one that we do, and that's actually how we started, and we now added this kind of format on top, is that we took all of our LinkedIn videos and we strung them together into what we call a highlight podcast and make it an audio experience. So for us, for example, right, I post on average 3 videos on LinkedIn every week, right? And those videos on average are roughly 3 minutes long each. So that's 9 minutes of video every week. Times 4, that's 36 minutes of me talking about founder-led marketing and demand gen and SaaS growth and go-to-market strategies, et cetera, et cetera. And so what we do is we take those 12 videos of each 3 minutes long and string them together and just rip the audio from the video, string them together, add some chapters, and I record an intro every month and add it together into one 36-minute episode. So for us, there's a couple of purposes here. Number one, we want to start playing around with organic kind of traction for the podcast. Again, we're in the early days for us. You can see here some of the stats. 200 plays, 212 impressions, Spotify impressions in the last 30 days, 10 followers on Spotify. So we're really in the early days of experimenting with this. It's another way to build trust and credibility, right? Because if you can talk for 30, 40, 60 minutes about your area of expertise, that demonstrates that you actually know what you're talking about, right? Spotify SEO, I really believe SEO will be a thing on Spotify, just like it is on Google now, just how it is on YouTube, how there's now TikTok SEO. I noticed myself starting to search for things that I'm interested in learning about natively on Spotify. Instead of going to YouTube or instead of going to Google and putting in how to market during a recession, I go to Spotify directly and I search for that topic and I look for podcasts on that topic. So we want to start playing around with this because, again, all of our pieces of content talk about all the things that we want to be talking about all the time, right? Founder-led marketing, demand gen, SaaS, blah, 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 right? And so by having them in here, you can see an example here. We can talk about, include the keywords of what we're actually talking about, tracking the ROI of content, how we help B2B software companies, how to run cost-effective marketing, 5 reasons why B2B content fails, right? And then here we have them all listed again, hiring a marketing agency versus doing it yourself. So we are incorporating all of the keywords from all of the videos that we include in here. But it's also important to say that it's still experimental for us. All right, next one, LinkedIn ads. So this probably, besides our organic LinkedIn, so me posting organically, regularly on LinkedIn, this is our biggest kind of growth lever here. We're running LinkedIn ads. We're not spending a lot of money. We're spending between 300 to 900 euros a month on LinkedIn ads. So you can see here all time, we spent so far 4,500 euros on this. So around about $100,000 US. We have a couple of campaigns running here. We have a couple of old experiments. We're currently only running cold ads, not retargeting ads, because we don't have a lot of retargeting traffic, but we are soon starting to run retargeting ads. And so you can see here, spend, clicks to landing page, conversions. When I go into the campaign, you can see the ads, the creatives of the ads, what they are is my LinkedIn posts. You can see here, the creatives here are my LinkedIn posts. And so we don't put all of our LinkedIn posts in here. We only put our best performing or my best performing posts in here. There's also now the thought leader ads that you can run. So we're experimenting with that. So that's a way, again, how you collect signals on your organic LinkedIn. You see what actually resonates with your audience, with your prospects, with your customers. And then you only take the best performers of that and boost it with targeted campaigns towards your ICPs, towards target accounts. So you know that you're spending budget more efficiently because you're not just boosting any creative where you have no idea whether it's actually good. You're only boosting the ones where you already have signals that it's relevant to your ICPs. And so right now we have one ad that's really crushing it for us right now. We actually generated 2 customers from this one ad. Now for context, a customer to us is worth roughly $50,000 to $60,000 US initial contract value. Lifetime value is more. So we generated 2 customers, so roughly around $100K in revenue from this one ad. It started as an organic post, and I talk about what I would do if I was hired as a head of marketing at a B2B SaaS company. It's a 3-minute video. It doesn't feel like an ad. Why? Because it is not an ad. It is an actual organic post that we started posting first. You can see here that this ad has a lot of social proof now. It has 193 likes, 78 comments, and 19 shares. And you can see all of this conversation that's happening, and that's under an ad. This is not an organic post. This is a boosted, not even boosted. This is an ad run from our company account where we just utilized a video file that performed really well organically. So purpose for us here is demand gen conversions, like driving real customer high intent demo requests. All right, next one, Facebook Meta ads, Facebook ad account. Now I use relatively recently, again, I started spending some budget on Facebook because I'm experimenting with some things here. We were running LinkedIn, Facebook ads more in the past, but then I kind of decided, because our LinkedIn ads are performing so well, to just reallocate all of our Facebook and Meta ad budget back to LinkedIn. And now very recently, like 1 or 2 weeks ago, I started running Facebook ads again because I'm experimenting here with some broader targeting. And you can see here when we go into the creatives, I literally only use that winning creative, only the one that I just showed you, which is performing really well for us on LinkedIn. So it's almost, there's a, waterfall system where we post, 20 individual pieces of content per month on my LinkedIn organically. Then we look at what out of these resonate and perform. Those go into our LinkedIn ads. And now with the LinkedIn ads, I saw that out of all of those, one in particular performed really, really well. So that's the one and only that I'm currently running as a Facebook ad. So that's kind of like a way how you can kind of use signals from different channels to optimize creative. For me, the goal here is retargeting touch points, right? Like any prospect is definitely on Facebook or the Meta universe, right? Either Facebook, Instagram, or WhatsApp. They're definitely using one of these platforms every single day. And so there's no reason why you shouldn't be present on these platforms. For us, it's also a way to experiment with new audiences because the LinkedIn targeting is very specific. You can say exactly the job titles you want, but to experiment with different audiences that the Facebook ad algorithm wants, because creatives right now find their own audience on LinkedIn, on Facebook right now. It used to be that you played around with a lot of lookalike audiences and with interest-based targeting. Right now, from what I'm seeing, the people who are really knowledgeable about meta ads, the best practice is actually to go very broad with your targeting, because the Facebook algorithm got so good that if you could just give it a goal and you define the outcome, it will find the audience for you that will reach that outcome for you. So that's why I'm experimenting with Facebook ads. And then the last two here, they're basically the same: Instagram and TikTok. So Instagram, that's Reels. We also post some other, regular videos on there, but not really. It's mainly about Reels. So you can see here the same videos that we post on YouTube Shorts are the same video we post on Instagram Reels, and they are the same video that we post on TikTok. Again, for us, it's a way to experiment with some new channels. It's a way for us to understand and play around with this vertical, high-paced format on how to edit it, how to get it good. Once you have it, because it's basically just uploading the file, we see no reason why we should not upload on YouTube Shorts and Instagram Reels and TikTok all at the same time. Now, again, if you really wanted to crush TikTok right now, you probably need to make it a big priority. Have someone create native content from it, spend a lot of time on the platform engaging with people. We're not doing that right now, and you can see that in our views, right? 200. If we go back here a little bit, we have some videos that did better. I don't know what's our best video. Probably we got 1,000 views here. But it's interesting to see kind of the different topics that are resonating on the different platforms. Like, this is me talking about BMW running billboard ads and how they think about attribution. And on LinkedIn, that posted decent, okay-ish. But on TikTok, it somehow resonated. So yeah, for us, again, this is for both of Instagram and TikTok. The point is definitely organic. There's a lot more potential on both of the platforms to grow organically than if you're posting on the regular feed on Instagram right now. And again, we have the files already because of the YouTube Shorts, but it's definitely still experimental. But I do believe that, TikTok will be relevant in B2B fairly soon. It's the same kind of evolution that platforms go through over and over and over again, where, it used to be that people said, oh, Facebook, that's where college students hang out. It's not where you can do business. And then, companies were built on the back of being really good at Facebook content. And then there was Instagram, and people said, oh, that's just teenagers posting selfies. There's no way to build a, B2B shouldn't be on Instagram. And then whole businesses were built on the back of Instagram. And I think the same thing will happen with TikTok, where right now still a lot of people think that it's just 13-year-old girls dancing on TikTok, which is absolutely not true. The audience is maturing very, very fast. If you look at the demographics right now, I can't tell you the exact number, just Google it, but you will be surprised how many people are actively using TikTok that are not 13-year-old girls. And so I think it's just a matter of time until, B2B decision makers will be on TikTok. And so for us, we just want to start playing around with it early, so that when it becomes really important and it's matured, and that we don't, then suddenly we start playing around with it and learning and experimenting now. So those are the 9 places how we repurpose our LinkedIn posts right now. You can see a pattern here that a lot of these are dependent on video, right? YouTube regular, video. YouTube Shorts, video. Website SEO, you don't need video. Email your newsletter, you don't need video. Podcast, you need video because you need the audio, and a text post doesn't have audio. LinkedIn ads, Facebook ads, you don't need videos, though they're definitely better performing on average. And then Instagram Reels and TikTok, only video, right? So that's one of the reasons why we focus a lot on video content. Not exclusively, we create text posts, image posts, other types of content. We're now starting to add carousels to that. Also because those are formats that perform well on LinkedIn, and so we do that for us and customers. But video is a lot more repurposable than text and image content for all the reasons that I just showed you. It's where things are moving anyway. It's more engaging. It's harder to do, so it's easier to stand out. So yeah, one of the reasons why we like videos is repurposability. So those are the 9 channels. I hope it added some value. We do this every week, or I do this every week. Usually Toby joins me on these, where we either talk about something that we're currently working on, some learning, some lessons from, our operations, or we bring on guests. Next week, we have the CEO, the founder and CEO of Databox on here, Peter. I forgot his last name, but really awesome company. I think there are 110 people right now. So we'll talk about how they leverage co-marketing and LinkedIn, specifically founder-led marketing on LinkedIn, to generate 6,000 signups for their free trial every month. So I think that will be very exciting. So we'll be back for that. So if you want to see that, just look out for the next event that I create on LinkedIn. Thank you guys for joining, for listening. I'll see you in the next one.